What's up guys, and welcome back to another tutorial. Today I'll be showing you guys how to make a Mandarin or a bishop collar. I don't know what you guys call it, either Mandarin collar or a bishop collar. I just finished this one, so I'm going to walk you guys through the process of doing this step by step. You can see what I have here. You can see how clean and how smooth the collar looks. You see here, you see here, you see what I have at this place as well. You see that all the way around. So I'll be taking, you can see the inside, how smooth the inside also look. So I'll be taking you guys through the process of doing this step by step. If you enjoyed the video, do not forget to smash the like button, and if you are new to the channel, do not forget to smash the subscribe button. So that will be about it, and let's get into the tutorial. So firstly, I believe you already joined your outfit all the way down. You can see this is my outfit. I already joined it. I just want to add the collar, the bishop collar at the neck right here, as you guys can see right now. So the very first thing you're going to do now is to measure your neck circumference all straight first. So from this edge right here, I'm going to place my tape like this. You see what I'm doing? I'm just going to like measure it all around, just like this. Just take your time and make sure you are not getting, because the measurements you're getting here, it has to be as accurate as possible. So just like this. See what I'm doing here. Just measure it all around. Just like, make sure you are not dragging the fabric or moving the fabric at all. You can see that. Just like this. Just like this. To this edge right here. So you can see I have 17.5 inches. 17.5 inches. That's all you need. So here is my measurement. 17.5 inches for the whole neck circumference. So now the next thing we're going to do is we are going to be working with our interfacing. So here I'll be working with a collar stay, as you guys can see right here. So now in order to do that, all you have to do is just to firstly, our 17 inches, 17.5, don't forget that our neck is 17.5 inches, right? I'm going to divide that by 2, which is going to give me 8 3/4 of an inch. So now all I have to do is just to fold this together and get something a little bit more than 8 3/4. You see, it's a little bit more than 8 3/4, so we can have space to work with. So now this is where we are going to take out our collar measurement. This is where we're going to take out our collar measurement. So now in order to do that, the first thing is basically very simple. So I need you guys to pay good attention here. I'll be using my pencil, so it's work. I believe the pencil is clear on the paper. Okay, good one, good one. So now the first thing we're going to do now is to measure our exact length, which is 8 1/4. 8 1/4 from this side, and I'm going to measure it at this side as well. 8 1/4 of an inch. See that, and I'm going to connect that together. So you see what I have. So now the next thing I'm going to do is going to be from this edge, so we can actually carve our collar a little bit to the top. So in order to carve this side, in order to give us that shape and the circumference we want, I'm going to divide this by 2 inches. You can see just from here, this is my 8 3/4. I'm going to fold it backward in order to get the center point of the both neck area. You can see that. So I'm going to get my center point right here. So this is the center point right here. So here, once you get the center point, I'm going to measure it also again here, so I can have an accurate center point just at this place. I'm going to make a straight line here also. See that? So now the total height of your collar from this side, how tall do you want it to be? From the neck, how tall do you want it to be? Let's say here we just want it to be a total of 1 inch taller. 1 inch taller to our neck. 1 inch taller to our neck. So here The measurement I'm going to do for my height is going to be from here, but here I'm not going to use up to 1 inch. I'm going to use 3/4 of an inch, which is going to be here, 3/4 of an inch. So I'm going to mark 3/4 here. I'm going to mark 3/4 here as well. Make sure this is aligned very well. So here I have my 3/4 of an inch at this place. Connect that together. See what we have. So here I'm going to raise this side by 1 inch extra. 1 inch. You can see that I'm going to raise that place by 1 inch. So from here, I'm going to make a curve all the way like this. Way to this place. You see that? So once I get that curve, what I'm going to do is basically simple. I'm going to simply trim this part out. Or you might not even trim that part out. You can just leave it like that. You can just leave that part like that. And after you do that, the next thing is to get your 3/4 here, right? 3/4 of an inch, that was our measurement. I'm going to place the same thing here. I'm going to get the 3/4 here as well. 3/4 here as well. Here as well. Way to the tip. So next thing I'm going to do is to basically connect all of those dots together. And here also I'm going to connect this dot together all the way to this place. What I have, connect it all the way to this place. So far this is what my collar is going to look like. You see that? So I can simply trim this part out. See what I have, and I'm going to trim this part out as well. So far this is what my collar is going to look like. You see? So from this place now, I'm going to make a very simple curve at this edge in order to hold my collar very well. So from this edge right here, it's going to make a curve like this. See that? Just like this on the edge of the collar. So the next thing now is to fold this to the fabric, then we can simply do a run up all the way to this place in order to hold our neck standing. You see how easy the tutorial is step by step. So the next thing is to fold it to our fabric and do our turn up. So here I'll be using a white fabric actually for the collar itself because I want it to pop out like normal bishop collar. So basically, if you follow the exact step, this is what you're going to get. You see here, this is exactly the shape you're going to get for your bishop collar, something like this. So after you simply fold it, you can see it's going to stand firm on your neck. You see what I have here? It's standing. It's supposed to stand and relax on your neck very well, just like this. See that? So let's join this to the fabric and do our turn up. So here is the white fabric I'm going to be using, just a plain white fabric. This is a crepe because I don't want something that can easily get stained. That's why I'm using a crepe. So the next thing is to simply place your interfacing just over this, right here like this. I'm going to be using this place. I'm going to basically just iron it down to the fabric. Iron it first, then we can trim this part out and do a turn up. But firstly, just iron it down to the fabric. So here, after going into the fabric, you see what I have. The next thing is to simply trim it out. I'm going to trim out this excess part, just from the down part, just like this. See what I have? Just trim it all out. Once you trim it out, the next thing is to simply fold this part upward like this. You're going to iron it down all the way around, all the way around, all the way around to this place. simply iron it down and make sure it is relaxed. Then we can simply do our top stitch, but let me iron it first. So you can see here, I just fold that part back or fold it down. You see what I have? I believe you guys can see what I'm doing clearly very well. So I just fold that back part. So once I'm done with that, I'm going to run a very straight stitch on this place in order to hold that fabric down. Just a straight stitch in order to hold it down. So let me run the stitch, then we can simply do our easy turn up like this. Just like this. I'm going to run a stitch all the way to the edges, then I can do it a turn up. But first, let me run this first stitch here. You can see what I have. I just run a stitch. So in the front, this is what the stitch is going to look like all the way around. You see, just a smooth stitch. So after that is done, the next thing is to simply turn this like this, just like this. You see, just like this. Then we are going to run a stitch from this edge right here. We're going to run a stitch all the way around, back to this side, and we're going to lock it up. Then we can simply turn it to the front. So I'm just going to run a stitch all the way like this, all the way, then I can turn it. So you can see here, I just run a stitch all around the edges, just like this, all the way around. So after that is done, I'm going to simply trim that stitch out. So what we have here. So after that, the next thing is to simply turn it like this. So what I'm having here, turn it inside just like this. Turn it inside. And give it a good ironing, give it a balanced ironing, make sure it is fine, give it a thorough ironing, then we can stitch it to our borders. Let me iron it and make sure all of this edge are inside very well and it's straight. So you can see what I have here. You see how smooth and how clean that is. So the next thing is to basically just trim out this excess and leave maybe just like a pieces of fabric at that place. Fabric doesn't have to be too much. This is enough. This way we're going to like stitch to our outfit. So right here on my neck, all I had to do now is to basically stitch this all the way like this from the inside. I believe you guys can see this clearly. From the inside, I'm going to run a stitch all the way like this, all the way right from the under part. Okay. So before we stitch that, make sure you get your center point of the bishop collar. Just at the center point right here. You can see. So this center point has to align with the center point on this neck itself. So just fold this together like this as well. You can see, just like this. Make sure it's aligned. This. Make sure it's aligned together, just like this. Simply notch your center point in this place. See that? Simply notch. So while you stitch all the way from here, while we stitch, because this is the one that is going to be outside, while we stitch all the way from here, stitch it all the way like this, all the way like this, all the way like this. You see, the center point has to align with this one also. You see what I have here? So all I'm going to do now is to run the stitch, then we can do the closing. So here, as you guys can see, after running the stitch from the inside, you can see all the way from the inside, you can see this bishop collar. All you have to do is just to simply turn it up like this. You're turning it to the front. You're going to place this inside here, inside of the placket, inside of the collar. I'm going to place all of this inside of the collar, and if I open this up, this is what we are going to be having. Just put this inside of the collar. You see, our collar is almost ready. You see that? This is exactly what we are going to be having. So the next thing is to simply, from here, I'm just going to do a straight lock up all the way down. Then I'm going to give it a good ironing. So just make sure you push all of this inside. You can see the back side. So give it a stitch all the way round. Then let me show you guys the final finishing. So all you have to do is just to run your second stitch at the down part. You can see all the way round the neck, all the way round the neck, all the way round the neck. So that's how to make a bishop or mandarin or whatsoever collar you guys call it. I don't know what you call it, mandarin collar or bishop collar. So this is the process. Just give it a good ironing, make sure it is as smooth as possible, and this is how to make this step by step. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're yet to subscribe to the channel. See you on the next video. Peace.